I'm gonna be all the way out there, all the way fucking out there, just on my own. You know, no
Catching up with K Zorro, how's things, man?
Yeah, it's all good, man. Just like we said earlier, well, on the other video we were talking about we're finishing up doing this Dreamscape video, and now we're just out here reasoning up in Shoreditch.
Way, yeah, man. So a little question, football related.
Okay.
Are you you're a Liverpool fan?
I am indeed.
Surprised by how well you're doing this season?
Pleasantly surprised, very pleasantly surprised. To be honest, this season, before the season started, I was hoping, not even expecting, hoping to be challenging for that top 4 place. But as the season's gone on, things have changed. They started off well, and every obstacle that's been thrown at the team, they've kind of just rose to it and kept on going throughout, to be honest. People have doubted Liverpool's mettle at various parts of the season. First they said they won't be anything without Suarez. Suarez came back. Sorry, Suarez was out at the beginning. Sturridge scored all the goals. We were top of the league. Then Suarez came back and he was playing and we were playing well. Then Sturridge got injured and they were like, oh well, they can't manage without Sturridge. Still carried on firing on all cylinders. Then Gerrard got injured and the same thing happened. Joe Allen came into the team. I don't rate him, by the way, but you know, same thing happened. We were still playing well. We've been quite consistent over this season. But you know, to answer your question, definitely have been pleasantly surprised by the fact that Liverpool are doing so well. There's still at the moment that we're filming this, there's still 6 games to go. Anything can happen, but we're like the manager says, we're in the conversation, and that's all we wanted to be really at this point in the season.
Do you reckon he's the man for the job then?
Brendan Rodgers, most definitely. I was like quite critical of the last manager, Kenny Dalglish, club legend and all that, but I think that the game's passed him by nowadays. I think the game's moved on from the time that he was managing Liverpool and Blackburn and Newcastle and whoever else he was managing at the time. Like, the game's moved on from, you know, standard 4-4-2 Premiership up and atom football. The game's more tactical now, and I think he's still in the old school, and I don't think he's been out of the game too long. Like, I'm not saying that he's not a good manager, but I think he's been out of the game too long. When managers have been out of the game too long and then they come back, I think they don't kind of grasp the magnitude of how much the game changes in that time. He was out of the game for, I'm not sure, don't quote me on this, but it was well over 10 years that he left from Newcastle was his last job, do you know what I mean? And it's like, to just come back and take over at Liverpool, and it was like a big rebuilding job needed at that time. It was quite, because it was catastrophic really, if you really look at his reign, when he brought in the likes of Carroll and, you know, who's the other players he brought in, Downing, and you know, Henderson at first weren't very good, and he's just spent a shitload of money on crap players, like. And I think now Brendan Rodgers has come in, he's made all the right noises, he's very calm, and he's turned it around. A lot of people made fun of him when he first started, but you know, because he talks a lot, and he talks a lot of, like, people might say it's a lot of cliche, and talks about philosophies and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I think people kind of looked at that and thought, oh, this guy's a bit wishy-washy, he's a bit of a hippie in the way that he talks, he's like a football hippie. But he's come in and he's done a good job, and you know, you're seeing that this season that the team are supremely confident with him in charge, and it seems like they respond to him well. But yeah, just seeing what these last 6 games can bring. I'm not going to brag or anything like that. I'm saying there's 6 games left. We still got Chelsea and Man City to come to our place. But I think if we beat those 2, then who knows what could happen. Like, but I don't know. We're not favourites. Let's just put it that way. But I'm glad we're in. I'm glad we're in the conversation. If we can finish top 4, then, you know, it's looking good at the moment. Then that would be good for me. But it's obviously not good enough for me, but this season it will be a good stepping stone. But anything more than that is a bonus, definitely.
Stay shots to the elders. Sorry about the weed smoke. Yeah, mum's cool. I'll tell her you said you phone. The sky stays two-tone. Red violet sunset. Figures turn to silhouette.